The discontinuation of diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) programs can significantly impact minority populations, potentially hindering efforts to help them achieve equality and get on their feet. DEI initiatives often play a critical role in addressing systemic disparities by promoting fair treatment, equitable access to resources, and inclusive environments. Without these programs, minority groups might face increasing challenges in their pursuit of economic stability, education, and professional opportunities that hinder minority populations from reaching their full potential. The removal of such initiatives may lead to a reversal of progress in workplace diversity, representation in leadership roles, and educational achievements. When DEI programs are reduced or eliminated, there is often a noticeable gap in support systems that are designed to uplift marginalized communities. These programs typically work to dismantle long-standing barriers. Government actions or inaction regarding the continuation of DEI initiatives can have profound implications. Decisions to end these programs may stem from a variety of reasons, including fiscal priorities, shifting political ideologies, or pressure from constituents who do not see value in such measures. Policymakers may argue that DEI programs are unnecessary, costly, or ineffective, thereby justifying their termination. However, this rationale often overlooks the long-term benefits and social impact of fostering inclusive and equitable practices. Critics may contend that ending DEI initiatives disproportionately benefits individuals and groups already holding societal power and privilege. They argue that dismantling these programs could lead to a more homogeneous and less diverse workforce, perpetuating existing power dynamics and limiting opportunities for minority groups. Additionally, businesses and institutions without DEI mandates might deprioritize their commitment to fostering a diverse and inclusive environment, slowing down or reversing progress. It is important to consider potential beneficiaries of ending DEI initiatives. Entities resistant to change or those seeking to maintain the status quo may find relief or economic advantage in the absence of DEI-enforced policies. By reducing the emphasis on diversity and inclusion, organizations might reallocate resources away from DEI efforts, investing instead in other priorities that align with their strategic goals. Engaging in peaceful demonstrations or public actions, such as the scenario of walking into supermarkets with carts without making purchases, can be a symbolic form of protest reminiscent of historical civil disobedience tactics. Such acts are meant to draw attention to issues of injustice and inequity and communicate dissatisfaction with systemic changes perceived as harmful to minority communities. However, creative expressions of protest are most effective when coupled with strategic dialogue and advocacy aimed at influencing public opinion and policy. In response to the elimination of DEI programs, communities may consider alternative methods of supporting marginalized groups, such as grassroots organizing, establishing independent initiatives, or fostering partnerships with local businesses, non-profits, and educational institutions. These efforts can help sustain momentum in promoting diversity and inclusion, even in the absence of government-supported programs. Advocates for DEI continuation often emphasize the undeniable benefits of these programs, such as more positive workplace cultures, enhanced creativity from diverse perspectives, and broader market appeal due to increased relatability among diverse consumer bases. Organizations committed to maintaining diversity and inclusion practices can position themselves more favorably in competitive markets. Educational institutions must also consider the impact of decreased DEI support, as these programs are often crucial in providing scholarships, mentorship, and support networks for minority students. Access to education is a significant factor in breaking the cycle of poverty and inequality, underscoring the importance of sustained DEI efforts in academic settings. The end of DEI initiatives could potentially embolden discriminatory behavior if individuals perceive diversity efforts as no longer prioritized or deemed essential. This setback might adversely affect workplace morale and perpetuate environments where bias is left unchecked, impacting minority groups' mental and emotional well-being. Communities reliant on DEI programs must explore channels for collective advocacy, raising awareness of the tangible setbacks faced by minority populations. Through storytelling and sharing personal experiences, individuals can highlight the critical need for equity-focused programs in fostering futures that all demographics can embrace equally. Engagement in civic activities such as voting and participating in local government meetings is another powerful way to make voices heard and drive change. Strengthening alliances with community leaders and organizations that continue to prioritize inclusivity remains essential, leveraging collective strength to advocate for DEI reinstatement or reinforcement. Overall, the discontinuation of DEI programs poses complex challenges to minority populations with widespread potential consequences. Mindful, collaborative, and strategic responses are vital in progressing toward a society that values diversity, equity, and inclusion, and recognizing these principles' inherent benefits to everyone. In conclusion, understanding the multifaceted reasons behind governmental decisions and the broader societal implications of ending DEI initiatives can help in developing robust solutions that meet the needs of minority communities while fostering ongoing discussions around racial, social, and economic justice. Boycotting is a form of protest that has been used effectively throughout history to signal dissent and demand change. It's an economic tool that can be wielded to convey dissatisfaction with practices or policies deemed harmful. If supermarkets or other businesses are perceived to support or be complicit in ending DEI programs, organizing a boycott could be one strategy to apply pressure for change. Here are ways to conceptualize and enact such a boycott effectively. Public awareness campaigns. Before boycotting, building broad awareness and understanding of why DEI programs are important and who jeopardizes them is essential. Use social media, community forums, and public meetings to articulate how ending such initiatives impacts minority populations and why consumers should wield their purchasing power as leverage. Collaborating with advocacy groups. Partnering with advocacy groups can amplify the reach and effectiveness of the boycott. These organizations can provide valuable resources, insights, and mobilization strategies to increase participation and visibility. By working together, individual groups can benefit from wider networks and platforms to spread their message. Communicating demands clearly. A successful boycott requires clearly articulated demands or goals. What changes do you want businesses or policymakers to implement? Whether it's a public commitment to reinstating DEI policies, changes in hiring practices, or donations to related causes, clear demands strengthen the prospects of the boycott achieving tangible results. Using symbolic actions. Organizing events where participants fill carts but leave without purchasing can serve as a vivid symbolic gesture that grabs media and public attention. However, ensure such actions respect laws and store policies to maintain public sympathy and avoid legal repercussions. Enlisting influential allies. Engaging community leaders, celebrities, and public figures who support DEI efforts and the boycott can attract more support. These allies can lend their voice and influence to spotlight the cause and encourage others to participate, expanding its impact beyond local communities. Monitoring and publicizing impact. Track the effectiveness of the boycott in terms of participation numbers, any measurable financial impact on targeted businesses, or public response. Publicize these achievements to build momentum and encourage continued participation, while also demonstrating the power of collective action. Providing alternatives. Offer consumers viable alternatives to boycotted establishments. Highlight businesses that support DEI principles or are owned by underrepresented entrepreneurs. Giving participants alternative shopping options helps to maintain commitment while supporting positive business practices. Long-term planning and persistence. Some boycotts may not yield immediately noticeable changes, especially if they aim at systemic issues. Be prepared for the potential need for a sustained effort over weeks or months. Persistence and keeping moral high ground can push for eventual change and ensure voices are heard. Engaging in constructive dialogue. While boycotting, it's beneficial to keep channels of communication open for constructive dialogue with the businesses or entities involved. Understanding their perspective while sharing your demands can foster a productive conversation, leading to mutually beneficial results without entrenched opposition. Encouraging continued activism. Finally, continue grassroots mobilization efforts by encouraging ongoing activism even as boycotts progress. Empower individuals to write letters to local representatives, participate in town hall meetings, or organize further action that supports DEI efforts and broader community goals. By implementing these strategies, communities can not only stand against decisions affecting DEI negatively, but also cultivate an environment where the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion continue to thrive despite systemic obstacles.
Thank you.